But first, it's called Uber, a smartphone app that turns everyday people into cab drivers, charging strangers that you meet online to ride in your car. Well, fans around the world say it's amazingly convenient and cheap. And now it's come to Grand Rapids, and with it, some questions about its legality and risks.
The California-based company has been advertising for months in Michigan, saying drivers are wanted for its rideshare service. It started today in Grand Rapids, as well as Kalamazoo, Lansing, and Flint.
It's sort of like Airbnb, where you rent out a room in your house, only this time it's for transportation. And the California-based company is growing uber fast. It's worth an estimated $17 billion. After just 4 years, it's now in 140 cities in 40 different countries. Fox 17's Cassandra Arsenault is getting the perspective of local city leaders and lawyers on Uber's impact in West Michigan tonight.
Get a ride right from your phone with little to no effort. The $17 billion company is invading West Michigan.
Kalamazoo just found out about it officially today, I think just like everybody else did.
Jeff Chamberlain, city manager of Kalamazoo, heard the news that Uber was going to be operating in Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, Lansing, and Flint. And he admits he has no idea how it will affect the city and other businesses, but he does know it will change the face of transportation in the area.
Uber is what many people call disruptive technology. You know, they're coming into an established industry, i.e. taxis. Taxis have been around for 100 years or so. We have regulations on the book that probably haven't been changed at least for about 20 years.
Some cities like Ann Arbor have gone so far as to issue a cease and desist order to keep away companies like Uber, but Kalamazoo is going to give it a go.
We've got a new way to service the public, and you know, that's really what it's all about. Can people get from point A to point B safely and at a price that is agreed upon price by both parties?
But safety is the point of confusion. Sinas Law Firm specializes in dealing with Michigan's no-fault law, and he says Uber raises some issues.
You're asking what I'm asking myself, which is if something terrible happens during an Uber trip, who is responsible? You know, there could be 3 different people who are responsible. The company Uber could be responsible, the driver could be responsible, or it's even possible that the passenger themselves could be responsible.
Uber is currently fielding at least 14 lawsuits from drivers, other companies, and passengers, according to federal court records.
We know from other lawsuits in the United States that are going on right now that when tragedy strikes during an Uber trip, Uber has taken the position that it is not responsible.
And cities like Kalamazoo don't have a plan yet on how to keep track of drivers and their licenses and inspections. And the bigger question is, who's covering the insurance if there's an accident?
In Michigan, we have an even more perplexing question because we're what is called a no-fault state, meaning that certain things like your medical expenses are covered by your own insurance company if you're in an auto accident. And so the first question for me as a lawyer that comes to mind is, if I was a passenger in an Uber vehicle and there was an accident, would I have no-fault coverage through my own insurance company?
But for a city like Kalamazoo, a college town heavily reliant on transportation, it's something they're going to take for a test drive.
You know, this is an example of a technology-based solution that's coming into communities around the world now, and that is really disrupting an established industry. But that's really what it's all about, is at the end of the day, does somebody have a better mousetrap?
So cities like Kalamazoo are giving a convenient ride a shot, but proceeding with caution.
That was Cassandra Arsenault.